exciting, right? I am super, super excited. So I support and empower bold and ambitious women 50 plus who've lost their spark to reclaim their sense of self, rebuild, reinvent and rise using trauma-aware identity coaching to achieve fierce clarity, purpose, confidence and freedom. Today I'm coming to you live from my husband's office, which is not really an office. It's actually a bedroom that he's overtaken because our office is burnt down in January. But here I am, because he's not here, clearly, in our homestead on my property in the northeast of Victoria, Australia. And welcome once again to my hashtag Mental Wellness Wednesdays. Thanks so much for joining me here on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram and YouTube. Yay, I got them all figured out. So here we are. I think the only thing was I couldn't stream to 2 LinkedIn channels, so I'm just streaming off my profile. So every Wednesday I share with you my weekly blog post, and if you prefer to read along, I will pop a link below in the comments. You can also catch my freshly released last week Rebuild, Reinvent and Rise podcast on rss.com or anywhere you get your podcasts. And again, I'll pop a link to this week's episode below as well. So let's get into it. When your nervous system stops working for you. Now, I'm going to share with you my weekly blog post, but I'm also going to share with you my journey since January. And if you didn't catch last week, we were affected by the Longwood fires very significantly back on January 9. We lost a lot. I'm not going to share all the details. And trauma recovery's been tough. And there are good days and there are bad days. And I'll be honest, today is not a great day for a variety of reasons. But I've decided that I'm going to be raw and authentic and honest about it and keep showing up for you guys, because I know from all the feedback that I've been receiving, it's helping you guys. So, and helping you helps me. So what goes around comes around, right? So this week's blog post, as I said, is when your nervous system stops working for you. Have you ever felt exhausted but yet wired, tired yet unable to switch off? Yes. Brain fog is real. Your patience is wearing thin. Very guilty as charged, especially right now. Little things feel like big things. And your sleep quality is just like all over the shop, right? You're overthinking every stupid little detail. You're craving sugar, yes, right now, or caffeine or both. Your concentration feels like an Olympic sport, or you're feeling like you're constantly waiting for the next thing to go wrong. I mean, it's exhausting, right? Just reading all that's tiring. Now, you might simply think that you're a bit stressed and there's a lot going on in your life, but there's definitely something else going on underneath the surface. Your nervous system may be dysregulated. And before you start thinking that, oh, Fiona, this is another one of those wellness buzzwords, let's unpack what it actually means. So what is nervous system dysregulation? So your nervous system is essentially your body's communication and protection systems, I guess. It supports you to respond what's happening around you, but more importantly, it determines whether your brain and body perceive something as safe or threatening. Now, I know for me, since January, I have to keep reminding myself pretty constantly, I'm safe, I'm safe, I'm safe. But when life throws repeated stress, grief, trauma, uncertainty, major change, and prolonged pressure at us, our nervous system can get stuck in patterns of protection, especially if there is repeated and ongoing exposure to trauma. And for me, that's been certainly a common theme in my life. Instead of moving flexibly between activation and calm, we find ourselves spending way too much time in that, you know what I mean, fight, flight, freeze, and shutdown mode. And when that happens, the nervous system can start working against us instead of for us. Now, the tricky part that you may not be even realizing that it's happening, and I'm only just starting to myself, I've got to be honest. So what can nervous system dysregulation look like? Well, the signs can be surprisingly ordinary. Constant tiredness, feeling wired but yet exhausted, difficulty falling and or staying asleep, brain fog, poor concentration, racing thoughts, overthinking, irritability or emotional reactivity, feeling overwhelmed by things that you normally would be able to handle, a constant sense of urgency, difficulty relaxing and being still, withdrawal or wanting to just shut everyone out, changes in appetite and especially cravings, feeling disconnected, numb, flat, physical tension, especially in jaw, shoulders, stomach. And here's the important part. This isn't about weakness. You're not being dramatic and you don't have an inability to cope. I mean, we are queens, ladies, but not of the drama kind, okay? But I digress. Sometimes your body has simply become very, very good at protecting you. But the problem is that a system designed to protect you from danger isn't particularly helpful when it starts treating your inbox, your difficult conversation, your empty house, or your Monday morning as though you're being chased by a saber-toothed tiger. So our brains certainly have some explaining to do. So how do we start moving back towards regulation? Now, it's not going to happen overnight. And if you're Gen X like me, you remember those ads. It won't happen overnight, but it will happen. It's not going to happen by toxic positivity. And it's certainly not going to be by adding another 27 things to an already overloaded to-do list. So here are 6 things, simple places where you can start. So grab your pen and paper, ladies. Start with your breath. That is the foundation. Slow breathing down, particularly the exhale, because obviously when we inhale, the shoulders go up. When we exhale, goes down, right? And that helps. Even just a few minutes of doing that, just slow, intentional breathing can give your body that signal. It doesn't need to remain on high alert. Grab an app like Calm, which is what I use, and go back to it a few times a day. Neuro awareness at work right there. Number 2, go outside. Now, for me, that is incredibly confronting because there's still a lot that's burnt around here. But I do make a point of every Monday morning I go for a walk in the Mansfield Botanic Park. And I do enjoy walking in the parts of my property that weren't as affected. But there's a thing about natural light, fresh air, and gentle movement that can just help us shift out of our heads and back into our bodies. A walk doesn't need to be a fitness challenge. We don't need to power walk. Sometimes it's just simply nervous system reset with shoes on, right? And if you can get out in nature, even better. Nothing quite like either a forest bath or an ocean bath. Looking forward to that late next week. Number 3, create predictable rhythms. Your nervous system loves cues of safety and predictability. So regular sleep and wake times, meals, movement, and periods of genuine downtime can create stability when life feels anything but stable. So I'll be honest, it's still very much a work in progress for me. But what I've found is just the simple act of turning the light off, lying down, rolling over at the same time every night supports that regularity. Number 4, reduce the constant stimulation. Notifications, news, social media, emails, doom scrolling, very, very bad, ladies. More information isn't always helpful. Now, if you'll remember in the movie The Secret, I always remember James Arthur Ray's quote, "It's okay to be informed. It's not okay to be inundated." Give your brain some downtime every day. Silence is just so overrated. Number 5, learn to really listen to your body. Instead of waiting until you're completely overwhelmed, start asking, what am I feeling now? Where am I feeling it in my body, and what might I need? So that awareness right now is powerful, because you can't regulate what you haven't learned to recognize. And again, that's neuro-awareness at work. And number 6, stop treating rest as if you have to earn it. I'm still very much learning that rest isn't laziness. Slowing down is not failure, and constantly pushing through isn't necessarily resilience. Sometimes the most productive thing that you can do is to allow your nervous system to come down from that high alert. Now, on Sunday, I just chose to spend the day in bed, and I didn't feel guilty one bit. This is a practice. It's not a finish line. So I'm not writing this from some perfectly regulated mountaintop, with a meditation cushion and a smug, cup of herbal tea. And I'm not going to be yelling any of this from the stage like some sort of over-caffeinated guru anytime soon. This is still very much a work in progress for me too. And it's every day, every single day. There are days when I notice I'm overwhelmed, and I feel that today. Wired, exhausted, or operating from old patterns. And I'll still be honest, I'm working on getting rid of my crankiness on the tennis court. But again, I digress. The difference is that I'm becoming much better at recognizing what my nervous system is telling me. And that awareness gives me choices. Because rebuilding isn't about becoming a different person. It's about supporting your brain and your body to feel safe enough to become more fully you again, especially after loss, trauma, and/or major life transitions. And that takes time. And I'm definitely not the most patient of people. So don't make your nervous system regulation another thing that you're failing at. Start small. Be aware, breathe, move, rest, rinse, repeat. So that's it for today. Thanks so much once again for joining me. And if you loved this live and got some value, I'd really appreciate it if you'd pop a comment below in the comment box. If you have a question, pop it below as well. I will respond to all comments. Please also feel welcome to reach out to me directly via DM if it's something a little bit more private. I do personally reply to all messages. And you know what? I just love hearing from people. Click love, wow, or emoji if you're on Facebook. Hit the love button wherever it is on Instagram, and click that love button on LinkedIn if you got some value. Please do share it on, tag your friends, and of course, follow me to be notified when I go live, which is every Wednesday at 10 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. Do follow me on Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn, and Facebook at Rebuild, Reinvent, Rise, my new branding. Super excited about that. I am incredibly passionate about supporting and empowering women 50 plus to rebuilding, reinventing, and rising with fierce clarity, confidence, purpose, and freedom. I will see you again next Wednesday for #Mental Wellness Wednesdays. Have an amazing, amazing week and take care of you and each other. Bye for now.